Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the Vault. Trust Christian Home. Nothing control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the Vault, episode 783. Pretty sure it is. Our trust only for rich people. Really excited about doing this episode. Appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listen to replay. All the long time listeners. Really excited about doing this episode. People that listen to the podcast, if you want to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com is the email you can reach out to. Reach Trust Christian. Once again, that is Christian at trustchristian.com. Today's episodes are trust only for rich people, so if you have any questions or want to reach out for a consultation, feel free to reach out. Just gonna hop into this episode because this is one of those episodes where we had to do a polarizing episode. It comes down to, are they only for rich people? Some people are going to stomach this episode, some people not going to stomach this episode. Because people understand they may not become rich. So they're going to try to finagle being in trusteeship. People think they finagling something. Oh, Trust Christian, give us the stats, give us the stats, give us 6 years, 7 years worth of data. Give 7 years worth of data. 7 years worth of data. We're going on 8 years worth of data. And the data has spoken. The data has spoken for sure. Oh, Trust Christian, or trust only for rich people? Well, it comes down to the fact that if you're in trusteeship, yes, you are rich. And you're focused on preserving your wealth. Focused on preserving your richness. When we sit here and talk about our trust only for rich people, the question, the statement, is up to people that are going to be in trusteeship to understand how powerful they are and understand the importance of them. Why would rich people be the individuals that have trust? Because they understand the power of a trust. Why? So not only this, it's a vehicle to pass along wealth from one generation to the next. It's a vehicle to take wealth out of the private, take wealth out of the public and put it into the private position, where you have a family estate privately, where the next generation starts out in a private position, not in a public position. So is it for rich people? Most likely. Because if you're not going to be rich, what's the point of having a trust? One of the mentors used to say to us, he used to say this to us, we used to get at him. We used to really say things to our mentor like, all right, mentor, don't say it like that. The mentor would say straight up, if you don't have $10 million, you don't need a trust. He said if you didn't have $1 million at least, you didn't need a trust. We would sit here and tell him, there are a lot of people that don't have $1 million liquid cash. Now, whether he wants to say that in assets or not, that's a whole nother story. But he wasn't saying it in general either. He was saying very specifically, having the cash, for sure. So when you have the cash and you're focused on making sure that you have the business as usual, taking things from the public into the private, then it's about being rich and abundant, having holdings, having it in the proper position, asset management liability position. What is that? Are you in trusteeship or are you not? And this is an interesting thing because some people, once again, they listen to the episode, say, oh man, Trust Christian, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. I gotta be rich. Do I have to be rich if I'm gonna be in trusteeship? Don't talk to me like that, because I'm already in trusteeship. Let's go there. I'm already in trusteeship, Trust Christian, and I ain't rich yet. What are you doing to help you get rich? How are you gonna get rich doing what you're currently doing? If you're a trustee, right? What are you doing to preserve the wealth of the estate? Oh, well, I'm working a job. We're going to talk about it. Oh, I'm working a job, Trust Christian. I'm making 60,000, 80,000, 100,000. Okay. Plus, 100,000 plus. Trustees come to us all the time like that. Okay, so the trustee, you got a job. You depending on the income from the job. So then let's talk about, as a trustee, what are you doing as a trustee for entrepreneurship of the family estate? Oh, Trust Christian, don't say it to me like that. I'm afraid to get my feet wet. Right. I'm afraid to get my feet wet. But what's that? Fail? Fail at business? Like you're gonna be the first? Are you gonna be the first to fail at a business? No. Dude, are you gonna start the business though? Okay. So you started the business. That's an action of showing that you're rich. Showing that you're wealthy. Doing it from the family estate position. Oh, Trust Christian, man, I'm transitioning from my job and doing more entrepreneur stuff. I had some entrepreneur stuff going on. Oh, okay. Now this is a big gap. This is not even a gap. It's a big group of people. There are a lot of trustees. They actually have businesses that they've started. They had started previous to coming through trustee training, and they have, okay. You had a business. Okay, great. Some of them had more than one. Okay, great. Some of them have failed and started succeeding. Okay, great. You hear the stories. Okay, great. The question is, our trustees thinking, here we go, here we go, here we go. This is it. The mentor told. This is why we got this line. That's why this episode is what it is. Please listen. The episode is called Our Trust Only for Rich People. We gotta change that. We're over here going with the wrong name. Our Trust Only for Rich People. Excuse us for that if y'all see the typo. Uh, so our Trust Only for Rich People. The mentor said, Trust Christian, here you better let you in trust. You're gonna learn quickly that there's a difference between playing not to lose and playing to win. And you're sitting there like, first of all, you stuck because you don't know what this mentor really talking about. I mean, you know what it means not to play to lose, but then you also know what it means to play to win. And some trustees, hopefully some of y'all can relate to this right now. The way y'all making that transition. And you know what we talking about, because it's a lot in that pool. And they think they going to get over in trusteeship and play it small. Oh, Trust Christian. Hey, one of the trustees going to come through. I don't like debt. What are you talking about? You don't like debt. You don't. There's good debt and bad debt. What are you talking about? You think in trusteeship at any level. First of all, that's how you know you're not playing the game right. Sorry to tell these trustees that. What's that? First of all, if you're building wealth, you're using OPM. Now, y'all want to sit here and flim-flam it and play with these games and all this other stuff, but no, you're building wealth using OPM. Why do you think public people take companies public and then they liquidate and take the money privately? Because they built something publicly to liquidate. They played to win. Not play not to lose. Oh, I'm going to have a small business. No, they took the company public. What comes with taking a company public? You in turn were using OPM the whole time. And now you can truly cash out generational wealth. But oh no, Trust Christian, you don't know. Okay, that's fine. When you guys sit in the rooms with other founders and other individuals that have exited companies, they take cash. And it's in a trust. What are we talking about? So is it for rich people? This is what the group of people that people say, oh, I want to be in trust. I'm building generational wealth. I'm going to get 10 million. They're not even going to make more than $10 million. So if you're not going to make more than $10 million, no one's not telling you not to put it in trust. Y'all want to talk about it? Here we go. Let's talk about it. So the public attorney, what type of trust they going to put y'all in? If you got $10 million. if you got less than $10 million. Oh, I made $3 million in my life. I got $5 million. Oh, Trust Christian, I got a house. I got two or three houses. My mom, my dad, yeah, they passed along two houses to us, so we liquidating these houses. We don't really want them on the family books, right? Soon as the people pass away, oh, we trying to sell the assets, right? You selling assets, right? Right. Selling an asset, not a liability. But is it really a asset or is it a liability? And people know they want to sell an asset. I mean, they want to sell a liability. What, you think the attorney don't know that? The attorney knows you don't got nothing. The attorney knows you don't have no assets. They ask you questions. We know trustees. They get on the line with these attorneys all the time, and the attorneys will say, "Oh yeah, you don't need that. You don't have enough money." What are you talking about? It's a structure. It's like a LLC. Every business starts out at zero, correct? But oh no, I'm not going to tell you that because I really just want to make money off of fees. That's what the attorney's thinking. How they going to make money? They got to make money off the fees. So, okay, are trust only for rich people? Hmm. When you are in trusteeship and you plan to win, some trustees get on the line. No, Trust Christian, I'm swinging for the fences. I'm swinging, and I'm gonna hit a home run. What's a home run, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, Trust Christian, give us the shake and skinny. Give us the truth. What's truly a home run? Some people have various different home runs in life. We're gonna go ahead and give y'all what the league looks like. When you can bat a certain number, when you have a certain number, you're in a league. Okay, so if you have less than $5 million, you're considered a millionaire. If you get more than five, close to 10, maybe more than 10, people will consider you a multimillionaire. They consider you rich because you're a millionaire. Remember how people think million is a big number? Okay, great. Supposedly, when you get to around 20 million, this is the standard still to this day. The standard still to this day in the public. For the financial advisors, for us to sit on this side of the table that work with families or whoever you want to say, a person that's a great entrepreneur and they made an exit. Okay, how much money? Anywhere from 20 to $30 million. People will consider them pushing the neighborhood of a high net worth investor. After you pass $250,000, people consider you an accredited one. It means you have some skills, you have some thought process, you can manage money, you can develop money, you're an accredited investor. Bam, accredited investor status. Okay, but after accredited investors, you just this big huge gap of people that okay, you're accredited investor 250, now all the way up until what? Till about 20, you're considered just a rich person. That's it. Just a rich person. That's it. And to around like 20 or 30, you're considered what is it, a high net worth investor, or yeah. And then once you get over around 30, $40 million cash, then we're talking about ultra high net worth investors. These are investors that, of course, all the holdings now isn't just liquid cash. It may be diversified into other companies holding equity positions. So it may be back in a whole equity position, but they're counting that on the books. But if you guys want to count liquid cash, we can count liquid cash at 20, 30 plus. So if we're 20, 30 plus, when we talk about cash, once again, you all know what that means. That means you're a high net worth investor. From that point forward, deals are just being brought to you. So and business is being brought to you. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about are they for rich people, clearly you're going to be in trust, and not everybody's in trust when they are a high net worth investor or ultra high net worth investor. It might sound good, but it's not true. That you guys know that. You guys are aware that. You guys are aware of people in the public that you hear stories and you hear things about him, and you're like, man, he's not even in the trust. Exactly. And he's supposed to be rich, or she's supposed to be rich. Exactly. So let's continue talking about this. So when we talk about the when we talk about high net worth investors and being rich. Okay, so do you got to be rich inside of trusteeship? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the question, is do you got to be rich inside of trusteeship? Oh, do you got to be rich? Well, if you got to be rich, how much money do you need to have? Most people wouldn't even want to admit it. Oh man, I think I just deserve to be in it. And we don't deny that either, because you're already in one. The Social Security Administration got you in one already. That's public record. It's the Social Security Administration trust, correct? Correct. So you're already in a trust. You're in a trust, quote unquote, whether you know it or not, whether you know you're a beneficiary, whether you know you're a trustee. It's either or, and you just know which one you are, may or may not. So when we talk about, oh man, Trust Christian, are they for rich people, man? Are they only for rich people? Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about the trust being just for rich people. It's not. But the sad part about it is not a candid conversation with most. Why? Because people know it involves some planning. They know it involves some sophistication. They know it involves, good people possibly that are going to have to help them out. Not bad people, good people. Right. Some people just come through and just want to ask questions. Yep. Okay, great. Trusteeship, consultations. But are they only for rich people? Not at all. But is it common consensus? Well, you don't need to be in the trust. You got a job. That's what people will say to you. What do you need a trust for? Oh man, I'm trying to protect my house, man. I have a child and a wife, man. I'm trying to protect it. Okay, what's wrong with that? How many people are going to say that that's okay? How many people are going to say that that's okay? Oh no, the attorneys, man. You don't have enough, man. With your house only worth like 100,000, your house only worth like 200,000. With your house only worth less than $500,000, you don't need that in the trust. You can't. You need to pay half the mortgage yet. Right. So when we talk about this whole situation of, when we talk about the situation of, oh yeah, trust Christian. So when we talk about, oh, trust Christian, you know, how are you going to, make it a point to do what you got to do, trust Christian, if, oh yeah, trust Christian, you know, or, how are we going to be in trusteeship, and we know how much money do we really need? Ladies and gentlemen, think about this. What document on the planet costs more than $10,000 if you're not a millionaire? The reason why these attorneys are going to charge people millions of dollars is because thousands of dollars, charge a larger amount, is because they would like to say, oh, we got to do a lot more work. Okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, they got the public trust document at the law library. What are we talking about? The same trust document that the attorney's going to use from the law library is at the law library. Literally. Y'all don't want to know that, but some people do. Trust Christian. The same document that the attorney is going to charge you to fill in the blanks. Oh, trust Christian, don't expose it. What are we talking about here? The attorneys get a whiff. Y'all know this. They know this. It's not an old trust Christian. They don't know that. They do know that. They have the documents that the paralegal gets the documents from the law library. That's a public doc, right? It's a public trust, right? Right. No one's saying anything wrong with that. It's for public record, right? Right. So what they charging you for? Fill in the blank, look over it, skill set, talent, knowledge. Oh, I'm gonna charge you $500 an hour. I'm gonna charge you this, that, in an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's not that, oh, you can't do it yourself, you can do it yourself. It's just that you want to make sure that you have a team. because you're in trusteeship. You're in Yes, you're in trusteeship. So you have a team. Appreciate you all for tuning in live, listen, replay. Appreciate everybody always tuning in live, listen, and replay. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, it's Christian at trustchristian.com. Feel free to reach out. Look forward to hearing from you all. We already know it's not just for rich people, wealthy people. Yeah, it's not. And since we know that, we can go ahead and act accordingly. And it's interesting because the question comes down to, are you going to be the individual that stays in that gap, like we say, from accredited investor to around 20 million? If you do get 20 million, you get $20 million in your life. Hey, if you can put it in the right position, it's not financial advice or legal advice. If you put it in the right position and hopefully it grows with the rate of inflation, so somebody can take that into account, then sure, you might have a fighting chance. But people don't want to hear that the money value is changing drastically. It's changed over two generations rapidly. There's going to be two more successive generations that are entering into the workforce, working heavily, that are entering in their peak work years, and the money supply is just drastically changed. Things have the cost of so many things per the Fed. They've they've to a degree artificially controlled the economy. And if you want to sit here and participate in the Fed controlled economy, then go ahead, participate. But there's a wealthy economy and then there's the Fed controlled economy. And people don't want to hear that. But that's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Because if an individual is in trusteeship or whoever's in trusteeship and they say, "Oh, I'm gonna be in trusteeship, I'm going private, I'm doing generational wealth," that means you're not in the Fed system. As far as I'm dealing with that money supply stuff from the Fed side. Hey, I'm gonna deal with just staying in the Fed controlled economy, where I'm dealing with gas prices, I'm dealing with this price and this tax and that tax. Those are all the things that are on the Fed side, controlled economy stuff. These are things that we were trained in. Oh yeah, Trust Christian. Yeah, there's no need to try to get around that. You're either gonna be a trustee outside, or you're gonna be a beneficiary inside the Fed controlled economy. And it is what it is. It's okay. Some people like that. Some people want the fixed income mentality. Whereas when you jump out of the fixed income mentality, you jump into what mentality? Oh man, we gotta make it big or we gotta go home. Correct. Is that the reality? Is that the truth? Once again, are trust only for rich people? The question is, are you going for rich or are you going for broke? And we would like to think a lot of the families that listen, trustees that listen, they gonna go for rich. But when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, Trust Christian, tell us the secret. It comes down to your trust system. What's your system look like? What's your system? How dedicated are you to your system? How focused are you to improving your system? How much better is your system getting every single day? The family estate is going to be a reflection of you as a trustee. You want to have this. You want to make sure that you have certain things in place, or you want to have certain standards in place. That's just kind of how it is. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen, and replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens, and in replay. Christian at trustchristian.com. Christian at trustchristian.com. Peace.